How's it going, guys? Welcome back, guys. So, today we're going to talk about King K. Rool, guys. The king of the mid-tiers. It's probably my second favorite character in the entire game.
Like, if you deal with that one
So,
mix-up and you know that knowledge check, that's
top
great.
tiers like
But then you have
myself.
to deal with the follow-up. And he could just do it again, honestly. He
We've
has to
both
shoot
been
again.
playing this character for like 5+ years now, and so I think I have the correct amount of experience, and authority to speak of this character. Okay, so despite this character's placement on the tier list, you must be, in my opinion, well versed in PvP, and 1v1 to completely dominate as K. Rool. This character will reward you for pretty much the battle experience you already have. This character will reward you for that experience, right? K. Rool's job is to essentially take command of the stage and overwhelm the opponent with his insane kill power and insane dirty tricks, right? He has the facilities to almost brute force his way through any situation with his belly armor. It can be very disgusting in the hands of a sweaty player. So this armor he uses, it's meant to turn situations into his own situation here. So when this character comes out, I play this character, it's all spam in games until I decide to get serious. And people always forget that King K. Rool can get serious when he wants to, guys. He's king of the mid-tiers for a reason. Okay, guys? So, this is a character that will steamroll you if you don't know how to deal with him. Looking at the Ultimate 2025 tier list, the community seems to think that the best way to, they seem to think the best super heavy at the moment is, a tie between King K. Rool, Donkey Kong, and Incineroar. People being very unsure about which one has the best going for them, in the current meta. The three of them are doing pretty well right now, so let's get the one thing straight though, however. A lot of these top players, they have I have no clue, no idea of what's going on. They have no idea what they're talking about, guys. Which is due to a lack of character representation. Okay? If no one's playing this character, guys, no one's gonna do well with it, right? So, with the way I see it, the best super heavy at the moment is, I think, it's still Bowser, guys. His character's pretty easy, he's pretty good. There's nothing much to him, right? At least on paper. However, there's a lot more potential in a character design the way King K. Rool is. There's a lot more room for mix-ups. He's a lot more room to freestyle, right? As opposed to, say, a Bowser or an Ike, which you know what they're going to do to you, right? Bowser wants to grab you, Ike wants to work you with the nair. K. Rool, it's hard to tell what he wants because he's just so, fucking random. You know what I mean, guys? This character doesn't really have any combos. He's more of a free-form character, say Yoshi. It's about finding the right hits, pretty much, guys. The success you will have on this character is really up to you and your understanding of the game, his moves, pretty much your own creativity, to be honest, guys. And you need to always have a game plan, guys. Okay? So, the first thing to learn here is it's a matter of confidence, guys. You need to play this character off of fear, okay? So K. Rool's one of those characters, one of those characters that, he's a serious boss, right? He has this innate, fear factor built into him, which means that, a lot of players already fear the character before you even face them as a player, right? Once someone's already afraid and the conditioned, you can start to take control of them, take advantage, make them fall for stupid things, right, guys? A lot of these stuff these K. Rools tend to go for are not true combos, right? If you're panicked against K. Rool, you're afraid of him, he has the tools to basically, run you over and just, take control of the game. Or just frustrate you, push you to your limits, and make it a battle of endurance, right? It's pretty much the conquest of the game, guys. He just takes advantage, guys, and it's up to you to lose at that point, you know what I'm saying? If you're playing this character to win, you need to always assume your opponent has no idea what's going on, guys, okay? Think of Herman Melville's The Confidence Man. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and just enact your game plan in your head, right? And if it starts to work in real life, just keep doing it until it stops working, guys. You don't want to stop what you're doing with this character until your opponent gives you a reason to stop, okay? King K. Rool is a lot of guessing, right? You spam aerials here and there to guess where they are. You use the super armor to beat out people that just mash in your face, you know what I mean? Just throw it out there. he's meant to take advantage, right? Let's go ahead and go to neutral, guys. How to actually play the game, right? So, in this game, Smash Ultimate, game mechanics don't take too long to really learn in this game, so I won't go too much into that, for now. But let's just talk, King K. Rool's neutral, right? So despite being a giant boss, this character, King K. Rool, has some pretty fast moves, guys. Two of which are aerials which you need to be constantly spamming more than any other move, guys. That being neutral air and forward air. Neutral aerial and the forward aerial, right? Let's go ahead and look at the forward aerial. This is the drop kick you see him do, like he's flying in the sky, kicking you with his 2 feet, right? This is actually one of the buffs that brought this character up to mid-tier, actually. They made the move a lot faster, a lot safer on shield, For forward air in general, not even just for K. Rool, but in general, guys, this move is very fast, it works as a great spacing tool, and it looks ridiculous being used on someone as slow as, King K. Rool, right? It's a move on a mid character that happens to be very good, okay? It's actually quite oppressive and obnoxious when spammed, and at high percent, it obviously kills, right? Because King K. Rool is a serious boss, okay? And a quick note here, guys. King K. Rool's actually, he falls into the archetype of what's called a fast faller. What this means is he's pretty much just he falls to the ground a lot faster than other characters, which means his fall speed is quite high. And you can change how fast you fall depending on how hard you're holding down on the joystick while you're in the air. So let's say you're inputting an aerial, while fast falling. This has you fall even faster than normal, right? With the move in place. So you see a lot of these K. Rools like jumping around, they're shaking the entire screen with their big fat stomachs, right? This short hopping in neutral is pretty much like, it's not only extremely safe for King K. Rool, but it's pretty hard to punish too. Like, if you're consistently threatening your opponent with the possibility that you're going to land on them with an aerial, then, it's pretty intimidating, guys. It's threatening. So, don't be afraid to just jump around for no reason. Like, part of the game with this character is just the fear you instill in your opponent, right, guys? So, I know I said you shouldn't worry about combos with this character, right? But you know what I mean. But there's one combo you need to have if you're gonna play this character, guys, and that combo is going to be it's gonna be his forward throw into dash attack. Okay, guys, 2 moves, guys. Forward throw, dash attack right after. This will give you about 31% in about just 2 moves. And while not impressive, who else in the game can do that, guys? Like, think about it, guys. Like, that's pretty insane, really, for just 2 moves, 31%. However, the most optimal combo to go for is the fast fall forward air into grab, forward throw into the dash attack, right? So pretty much just add the forward air before you start the grab, and that should give you around 40%, in just 3 hits, which is pretty good for a character like K. Rool, right? It's not much here, guys. Not much, not much damage, all right? But you're playing King K. Rool, right? You pretty much need the damage when you're playing this character because on paper it's not too good, but you can just take advantage of what he has going for him, and part of that is this combo, guys. Just go for it whenever you can. I mean, it's not much if you're just playing if you're not playing heavy, right? But this kind of combo, it sucks to get hit by, really, guys. Like, once this combo hits you and you see the damage that comes out, just if you're in a reaction, like, it's not going to feel very nice, getting hit by this combo over and over again. Forward with a dash attack, it's a lot of damage, sends you pretty far off the stage, and if you can sneak in that little forward air before the grab comes out, it's you're in a good spot here, guys. You're already in advantage state with just 3 hits, right? 40%, that's, unless you're fighting like a Bowser or say like Donkey Kong. That's a lot of damage, guys. Like, think about it. Okay? You have to be very light on the jump button here, guys, when short hopping, because it depends on what your opponent is doing, right? If they're really campy, they're playing like Samus or a Min, like, there's no need to jump around. But if they're trying to aggress you, they're in your face, guys. They're trying to like run up and just grab you over and over again. Just use the side B like Bowser. Like Bowser's side B just grabs you over and over again, guys. Like, if you're jumping around and spamming the aerials, like, what's gonna happen here is, Bowser's, he's gonna lose here, guys. He's gonna get hit by the Nair. He's gonna get grabbed. He's gonna get thrown around by King K. Rool, okay? So, depending on what your game plan is, whether you're gonna spam projectiles in camp, or you're gonna be aggressive, once the game starts, you should be fishing for at all times, this easy combination, guys. Forward throw dash attack, guys. It's easy. There's a lot of damage. If they're near you, you might have to just go for this combo, guys. Like, even if you have to, like, just chase them, guys. Like, it's King K. Rool. They're gonna be afraid of you, guys. Okay. So, we're still in the forward air. Let's talk about mid%. So, this equates to essentially 40% to 50% range, right? Of course, you Jigglypuff, right? That's kill percent for you, so, you know. But, okay. Mid%, guys. So, short hop forward air, guys. Also, pseudo combos into dash attack. What a pseudo combo is a combo that's not exactly true, but if you go for it, it's probably going to work, guys. Until your opponent obviously stops. But, just going for the combo in general, like, it's probably going to work the first time. So until it stops working, I would just, just go for it, guys. So 40-50%, you can have forward throw dash attack, forward throw into anything you want. Sorry, my bad, guys. I meant forward air. But yeah, guys, mid%, you got forward air dash attack, you got forward air into the F tilt, right? You have a lot of options here, guys. It's a pretty freeform character. Like, just go for whatever you want here. I mean, as normal aerial, the fair works pretty well. It kills you, it sends them forwards, right? But you can't get over the fact that things like this forward air dash attack, it works in the combos, guys. Like, a character that's this, bad, with all the other characters out there right now, you need to go for anything you can get to really win here, guys. Okay, so just remember, guys, low percent, forward throw, grab, forward, you guys know what I'm saying, right, guys? You know what I'm talking about, okay? It's more what I'm talking about, guys. Just, watch some videos, you get it, guys. Let's talk about Nair, guys. Okay, Nair. So now, Nair is probably one of King K. Rool's, one of his best moves, right? This is what, players like Mars would deem a play the game for you Nair, okay? It plays the game for you, essentially. It is similar to Nairs like Kindidi, Incineroar's Nair, but instead, King K. Rool gets armor in his, guys, which means that he can trade with other moves and, win pretty much, guys. So his belly can take around, say, 13 to 18% damage before it breaks, right? So this, all the moves that uses his belly, it has a bit of a health pool to it, right? So his stomach has an HP system, right? Sometimes you see the cracks on his stomach, throughout the break, but, give it 10 seconds, guys, it goes away. Like, just, play for time at that point. It's really about, just having a game plan, know what the character can do, right? But keep in mind, his belly is used for a lot of moves here, guys. I mentioned dash attack earlier. It has this property where it's one of the best initial dashes in the entire game, and it's very strong as a move. But similar to, say, King Dedede, it's more of a moving smash attack, which means that it's very strong, but it's very slow. So it's probably not best to spam this move here, guys. So when you see this low-ass attack coming towards you, right, you want to shield it, or outspace it, right? When this happens to you guys, you spam this move, you're gonna get punished, okay? It's more for closing out the gap, closing out stocks, and winning trades, okay? His belly comes out, it goes through a lot of moves, guys. If his belly is in the move, it probably has armor, guys, and you want to go ahead and just take advantage of this move, okay? But back to Nair, okay? Let's just say that his Nair is his best out-of-shield option, right? It leads into a lot of combinations, and if you're doing a landing aerial, let's say, okay, hold on, guys, I need to go I have to go play Elden Ring, so I'm gonna come back here, guys. But let's go ahead and let's have Zach do the rest of the video for me, okay? So here he comes, guys. All right. All right, hey guys, it's me, Zach. All right, so I think we're talking about the Nair last time, right? It's the move where he jumps in the air and he lets out his stomach, and he's like this big, balloon just taking up space in the sky. Um, I'll get to the actual move itself in a second, but in order to understand how to use this move, you need to understand, K. Rool's belly. Okay, so his belly, like mentioned before, it has a armor system, which means that it has the potential to trade with other moves and just win trades because, it's K. Rool. His belly is like gold or something. I don't know. So the HP in his belly is about, at most 18%. So you don't want to be, let's say you're about to clank with, Nair, right? You won't want to do this with against a Ridley Skewer or like a Bowser Dropkick of Doom. Okay, even with full belly health, that kind of move is gonna break your belly. Okay, that's a bad trade. So you need to be smart with what you're trading with, but you need to always remember that most characters don't have the power to one shot the belly unless you're like Bowser, or Ganondorf, or something like that. Okay. A lot of K. Rool's moves have this mechanic as well, though. All the belly moves, that's up air, down air, dash attack, nair, down smash, etc., to name a few. Bigger attacks, like, his forward tilt, down smash, those are much harder to trade with than, say, one like nair or dash attack, right? Like, you need to be like, I don't know, Max Revenge Incineroar to even challenge a K. Rool down smash. He jumps in the air and lands on top of you, okay? It's gonna hurt a lot. But back to the Nair itself. Nair is his best out of shield option, and one of his fastest aerials comes out maybe, I think, like frame 4, which means it's very quick for quite a big character. So it leads into a lot of pseudo combinations if you're doing like a landing Nair. You want to be landing with Nair on your opponent as much as possible. Okay? I know it sounds scary, but you need to remember this move will go through most other moves in the game, unless you're like trading with a smash attack or something. Okay? This move is very good for trading. It lets K. Rool land for free pretty much. So, landing on someone successfully with this move and then inching forwards into anything you want is usually highly advised, right? Let's say, landing near dash attack, landing near F tilt, landing near F smash. It's really up to you guys. Like, they're not combos, but, once your opponent is falling for the nair, like, just start throwing out moves, and you'll probably start chaining stuff together. Okay? This character is about mashing, but you need to mash the right moves in order to take advantage, right? You have Nair Fair, you have Nair Dash Attack, like I just mentioned. The possibilities are limitless, but it's up to you to be good enough to get the attack you want after landing a Nair, right? I'll let Miso go ahead and tell you a little tip about the Nair, whatever she has to say about that, and then, I'll come back. And, yeah. Yeah, guys, like I said, K. Rool's Nair, like, okay, if wondering how to do the Nair, and I'm talking about the move a lot, it's a very good move, but it's pretty easy to do, guys. Just jump and press the A button. That's it, guys. That's really all it is to it, guys. It's a single button in the air. It's really easy to do, and it's probably one of his best, if not his best moves, right? Comes out frame 4, it's very fast. When you land with this move, I know I talked about fast falling a lot, but don't fast fall with this move. Because this move has what's called a lingering hitbox. So, it's active for a long time in the air. So by spamming it in this way, you basically become this massive armored hurtbox that is very hard.
And another thing that Ness has against heavies, he can do drag down fair grab is true. As a fun little bonus.
Oh no! Oh
It's
no!
very
You
hard
don't
to get
get
off the ledge against King K. Rool if he's spamming this nair as fast as he can at the ledge, okay? Because you're gonna get up attack, jump up in the air, and you're gonna lose the trade because it's King K. Rool, right? He's gonna throw you off his belly, and, you know, it's going to suck, alright? K. Rool's not very fast, but good K. Rools make him look fast, which is usually due to him spamming these two moves over and over again, forward air and nair, right? Just trying to win neutral. Now, his other aerials are not as complicated, but they definitely have their uses, okay? So the back air, like the giant punch he does, it spikes. You've probably seen it before, or maybe you haven't, but back air is one of the strongest spikes in the game, and you should always go off stage for it whenever you can. That or a downer, okay? K. Rool can't go too far off stage because of his recovery, but because it goes so far vertically, he can go very deep, right, with his goofy out upbeat, okay? It also comes, it combos, right? Back air combos into up tilt at low percent, right? That giant punch he does, about 15%. It's a big ass punch he does. It's a big, angry boss punching you, okay? Back air up tilt, that's like 45%. That's 2 hits, 45%. That's pretty good, guys. Everyone should know why you don't want to be above King K. Rool, right? While you're in the air. But even when you're off stage, his up air can be used as essentially a mini jump to stall off ledge, or just beat out any hitbox, projectile, or move coming at you while you're off stage, okay? It's very good. It has armor as well for some reason, but you can't forget about up air, alright? Now for down air, guys. Down air. Down air is very strong, but it's not as strong as, ones that are very similar in animation, like Incineroars or Ganondorfs, right? Those are very strong down airs. K. Rool's is strong, but it's not that strong, okay? Where the move has an advantage, though, is the fact that it's a very big move. It's a big move, and it has super armor because the stomach is being used, okay? You can't sit at ledge against the King K. Rool because he can just stomp you off the ledge. That's very unique to his down air because he's a big character with a big move, alright? And the fact that this move is so weak at low percent is actually kind of a good thing. Because when that happens, you get stuff like this, alright? You get these crazy, high damage, big advantage, conversions that just end up destroying people, right? You get nutty stuff like this, okay? Now that leads into the other parts of his neutral, besides just, his aerial spam, right? Okay, this next segment will be about Crown and Blunderbuss. So everyone knows about these two moves, right? And sometimes, even most of the time, it's all this character really needs, right? According to Mars, Blunderbuss would be an official good move if it didn't, if K. Rool didn't have to put on the pirate hat before he shoots out, the Blunderbuss, okay? But there's a lot you can do with these moves, guys. It's to control space, you can ledge trap, really a good zoning tool, and an easy way to just rack up damage, guys. Like, you don't have to engage, you don't want to, it's King K. Rool. That's one of the benefits he has, as being, pretty much like a boss character, okay? But, despite that, out of these two moves is the crown you want to watch out for, okay? Always keep your eye on the crown. The opponent needs to always be watching it at all times, or else stuff like this ends up happening. Now, returning crown does not lead into combos, per se. If your opponent decides to get hit by returning crown, then whatever happens next is their fault, right? The move has plenty of super armor, right? The actual toss, crown toss, ridiculous amount of armor. It goes through a lot of moves. If you're trying to recover onto the stage, just throw it out whenever you can, right? Not many moves can beat out the armor that this move has. So even if you don't have the crown, aiming at the opponent, the move itself is very good and should be used quite often, right? It can be used to win trades, help you recover, like I just said. And if you have some dirty trick in mind, right? Like I said, this character needs to be creative, okay? So you have some dirty trick you want to do to your opponent with this crown toss, right? The possibilities are pretty much endless, right? So, for such a big and slow character, having these kind of projectiles gives him a lot of options in neutral. Alright? Let's talk about jab, guys. Jab. So a lot of people don't really like jabs because they don't do a lot of damage, right? People want to get the smash attacks in there, right? The smash attack, the Bowser smash attack, the Ganondorf smash attacks, the Warlock punch, the Ridley skewers. These aren't good moves, guys. They're slow, and they'll get you punished a lot of the time. That's why jabs are good, right? For most characters, not all, their fastest get off me option is usually their jab. Whether it's good or bad, jab is a very fast option to control the space on stage. And Kirble's jab happens to be very good, so it should be used as much as possible. Just whenever they're close to you, right, just throw out a jab. Why not? There's what, 12% for a 3-piece? That's pretty good, guys. Don't forget about jab, okay? It's a lot of stuff can happen with this jab, right? Don't forget about the jab, right? Alright, his tilts. I mentioned F tilt before, mid-percent. You might want to go for Nair F tilt, okay? Or just throw it out there, it has a lot of armor. It's the clap, right? It's the big clap, it's funny, it hits ledge, you can angle it like a sword character, you can angle the move up and down, alright? It is a very large clap with a large amount of armor during it, and it kills quite early. Let's say 80% at the ledge, you get kill sparks, right? So like DDD dash attack and say, Cheeto fingers, snake up tilt, this is a move that's considered a 4th smash attack because of how strong it is. Alright, it's really strong, it wins a lot of trades, and it's just common sense here, guys. Like, if you have a move like this, you want to be using it as much as possible, okay? This move, or his Nair, are his best moves. And you want to spam it as much as you can, okay? You wouldn't use the trade with, say, a Falcon Punch, right? That's a bad trade. Okay, you're going to get your armor broken. But just use common sense, because this move was made to be obnoxious, and it kills quite early. There's a lot of damage. Okay? And, like, if you're confused about the tilts, guys, how do I do it? I've never seen that move before. What is that? Alright? If you're playing this game on, say, a pro controller, I would highly recommend going to settings and changing your controls from smash stick to tilt stick. They're probably going to be like, yeah, well, how do I use F smash then? It's a good move, I have to use it a lot. No, you don't. I mean, unless you're a Little Mac, or like a Ganon, Kazuya, you don't really need your smash attacks all the time. Right? At least in 1v1. Right? So, go ahead and make this change to your controller. Right? And instead, if you have tilt stick on instead of smash stick, what's going to happen for smash attacks is you're going to want to hold the attack button and any given direction at the same time. Hold it down instead of using smash stick. I know it's hard, guys, but with a character like K. Rool, you want to use your tilts. You need access to these moves because K. Rool needs to use anything he has to win. Like, if you're playing K. Rool, you can't play fair, guys. You gotta play like you want your opponent to die. Okay? Whether it's a slow game, a fast game, you're playing this character to win. At least that's how I see it, guys. Okay, that's how I see it. Now, let's go on to up tilt. Up tilt, like I mentioned before, is a upward punch that gets you the fuck out of the way. Alright? It's strong. It does 15% with no stale, no DK. Right? And when I say stale and DK, like rotting, like DK, this is a mechanic that essentially, if a move is spammed too much, it will do less knockback and less damage the more it is spammed. Okay, it's called move DK. Right? Here's an example, right? Let's say Bowser. Bowser side B. Okay? If you were to grab someone at 0% with Bowser side B, that's an easy 25%. Okay? And if your next move to this player is another side B, it won't be 50. It won't be 50. Alright? You would think it would be 50%, given the math. but you get around 48% instead. So, the more you spam a move, the less damage it actually does over time. Unless you give it a bit of a cooldown, use some other moves, then go back to it. So, right, let's say I'm Little Mac and I'm spamming F Smash over and over again. When it's time to actually kill my opponent, F Smash might be too weak to kill, because this thing spams so much, right? So, a little tip there, guys. Okay. But yes, up tilt, it's very strong, it's very quick. At a high percent, it just kills you, alright? You want to always use this move whenever you can, at close range. Now I'm going to talk about down tilt and down throw. Alright, I'm gonna combine the throw with the down tilt because these moves deserve its own segment. Okay? So, many people in this community hate mashing as a mechanic because it incentivizes pretty much like breaking your controller to escape a move, which is bad game design. But obviously, as you know, Sakurai does not care. So here we are. But both of these moves vary, right? You get stuck in the ground and you can't move. So, this really starts to work with these moves around 50 to 60%, which for K. Rool is kill percent. Okay? It's time to kill when you see that kind of percent in your enemy. So, once you get this percent, on your opponent, start
Up smash would have covered like everything.
There's no way to elude it. It is always going to cover that platform again.
Can't mash out of things. That's, down tilt, down throw. Start using it. You can die as early as 70%, even as Bowser, if you suck at mashing and you get buried by King K. Rool. Right? If you're a normal weight character or below, you will die, before 100%. If you get buried and you can't mash. So, that's a real skill check move, guys. Both of these moves. Just remember that. Once you get to, 50, 60, 70%, it's time to start burying people in the ground and trying to kill them. If you're playing to win, of course, right? I mean, after the bury, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? K. Rool has a lot of kill moves. It's pretty hard to not kill someone with K. Rool. You have smash attacks, you have up tilt, F tilt, you have dash attack, etc. Once it's buried in the ground, any strong move will usually kill. But, keep that in mind. Oh, what if they have a good mash and get out of it? Well, then you have up air, you have up smash, alright? It's all about planning and reading what your opponent wants to do, right? And let's say you're playing in real life, not online. Take a look at your player's controller. Grab them, bury them in the ground, and then look at what they're doing with their hands, right? If they're not mashing, it's time to go for F smash. Even down smash even. Just kill them right there, 40%. If they're mashing really hard, well, I would either go for a faster option, like a down air into maybe an up air. Just go for an F tilt, right? Or just predict the mash out and start charging up smash, right? It's a really a mental game, guys. K. Rool. You gotta do a lot of guessing, a lot of reading, but it's not hard when people are so afraid of this character. It's pretty easy to kill people with this character. Now let's talk about throws. People are afraid to grab in this game, but you shouldn't be. I mean, you should be if you have a slow grab like K. Rool's, right? Samus's grab is pretty slow. But a lot of characters can get a lot off of just one grab. So, I mentioned before, this character does not have any combos, right? No grab combos with K. Rool. At least no true combos. So don't, he's not Mario, right? He's not Bowser. He can't do grab combos. But his throws are very good. What's unique to this character is he has 3, not 1 but 2, but 3 kill throws. So, I mean, pretty self-explanatory. A throw that kills you, right? High percent, you're about to die. 3 of his throws will probably kill you if you get hit by them. So, yeah. Let's talk about back throw. So, given that this is a platform fighter, throwing people off stage is a very optimal play to make, near the ledge. K. Rool's back throw is one of the strongest in the game, sends you very far at a bad angle, and I hear people call it the gates of hell. So if you can throw them off stage and hit them with any kind of edge guarding move, like turn your character off stage, gimp them with nair, a down air, back air, whatever it is, or just like maybe they're Little Mac, maybe they're Ganon, maybe they just can't make it back. The throw is just so strong, right? They just can't come back to stage. Instead of you scrapping with a character on stage that's better than you, take them and throw them off stage with back throw. Get rid of them. Like, control the stage. It's about taking control of this character. You want to take command of the stage. Just do that. K. Rool needs to stay alive forever. Right? He needs to farm rage because he's a fat boss. You should always pick the easiest way to kill someone, to make it harder for your opponent to win. Let's talk about up throw. Up throw is the strongest up throw in the game. At least K. Rool's is, right? Any up throw you get is around a free 20%, which is very good. It's good damage, right? Come on. Getting grabbed over and over again, taking this up throw, it's gonna add up. Okay? It's King K. Rool. It's gonna add up eventually. And a high percent, it kills too. Yeah, you can't run off the stage with this, and, it's not as flashy as, what's it called? The Koopa Claw? Incineroar's move, what's it called? The Alolan Whip? Right? There are funnier grabs. Right? The Ridley one? What's that called? Space Pirate Rush. But no. Right? That's what K. Rool's Suck and Cuck is for. Up throw does its job, and it's a good move that should be used whenever you can get it. Whenever you can get it. Okay? And, think of what happens when you get thrown onto a platform, right? He goes up into the sky, right? Like Homelander. He grabs you, looks up in the sky, and he takes off like Homelander and slams you to the floor. If you're on Battlefield and you're going to hit a platform, then what you're doing, you're extending the kill power of this move by having the throw end at a higher point on the stage, which increases the KO power of this move at high percent. Alright? I think that I've had a pretty no. King K. Rool he's a character that's made for glue sniffers, okay? You hear it all the time. This character's for babies. This character, has no sauce. Ain't got no fundies. But the better you are at this game, the more you understand the cheese that this character has, the more you will start to put people away with this character. Okay, it doesn't take a lot of skill to kill people with this character. Well, it's pretty easy. Look at this clip right here. This is the best K. Rool in the entire world. And what he's doing right now on screen, it's like he's mashing. What is he doing? He's just throwing out moves. But it's working. Okay? Whether you know what you're doing with this character or you don't, it is very hard to tell from an outside perspective because this character is just so random. And whenever you guess with this character and you're right, you get rewarded big time. Alright? This is a skill check character. And if you don't know how to fight the king, he will run you over. Alright? That's all for today, guys. Use this information or don't. End of the day, you watch the whole video, okay? Not me. So, do it that way you will. And till next time, guys. Later.